All right, welcome ladies to our virtual party camp. The actually automated virtual party camp. There we go. See if I can get the name of it right. So this is all about how we get people into ManyChat and then send them messages regarding the party that you'd be having. We'll talk a little bit about hostess coaching. That will be very much on your own to go and tweak based on what you'd like to have set up. So those kind of things, we're going to show you how to edit. I'm going to show you how to edit messages, and then we'll make sure you know like how to do things. Now you do get one more question queen session after this, knowing that you're going to come, you're going to learn a lot. I doubt that you will have it 100% set up the way that you want to use it by the end of the 3 hours, okay? So then you work on it and you come to one more session with any other questions, okay? So this is just one of those things that it's layer upon layer, okay? Try to give yourself some grace and just work through things, and we'll do everything we can to help you. Okay, sound good? Let me see here. Find the right thing to screen share. Okay, and then there is a difference between how Party Plan adds their content and how Paparazzi does. So I'll show you that. The way that we suggest you do this is that if your Party Plan, you have 5-ish, give or take, notes created that you send people to, and you use that over and over again, okay? If you're Paparazzi, we suggest that you use whatever it is that you use all week long, meaning if you post new releases, I don't care if it's once or 5 times a week. When you go live, you invite the people to come that are for lives, okay? So Paparazzi, my goal is that whatever you're doing, you're making more per hour because you simply get your hostesses and invite your people to that thing that you're already doing during the week, okay? So you should have business habits already for that Paparazzi one to make sense. But I don't feel like you have to do a live exclusive to that hostess and her people. I feel like you can invite them to what you're doing through a week. Does that make sense? Okay. Whereas Party Plan, the great thing is you create that content. You may have to tweak it. There's a special, there's a new product, but the goal is that you're not recreating those posts over and over again, that you kind of have 5 solid ones, and then you make, they discontinue a product, you pull it out of the note, they add a new one, they change a price or make a special, you just tweak that note that has that product in. By the way, this is on special. Again, making more money per hour because we utilize what's already there. So those are my goals for you. Okay. That was my vision, I guess you could say, when I created this. Okay. Does that kind of sort of make sense? And then I'll show you how to put those things into your bot. All right. So the settings, the biggest one on settings that needs to be done is under, it's called custom fields, and you entered values. The other stuff doesn't matter too much if you have it done right this second, but definitely needs to be done before you have a party. So can you give me a thumbs up if your values are filled in under your custom fields? Okay. So that is the most important part. Becky, I'm sure you have that done because you took the other camp. So I would hope that that would be done already. Okay. So let's jump into So the one hard thing about sharing my screen versus you looking at yours, so I kind of ask all eyes up here. Try not to look at yours at the same time I'm showing mine. Mine always is going to have a lot more stuff in it than yours is. So I know that can be a little like, what in the heck? So I try to tell you what to look for. So you should be looking for this part that will say, let's see here. There's Paparazzi Virtual Party, and then there's CSS Party attending sequences. If they're not in these individual folders, well, they're probably under one big folder, and then you open that up, it'll say Creative Success Systems. Like I said, there's this extra folder adds when I put a template in, but that's what we're going to be working in. Sometimes it's even easier to see them if you go under automation and sequences, because you'll see the sequence names, you'll have attendee, and you'll have hostess. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit about those, and then I'm just going to have you go look for those in sequences real quick, just to kind of get an idea of what that looks like. Okay, so here's just a little trick. You don't have quite as many in here, you should be able to find it easily, but if you click Control F, and it pops up this white box, and then I'm going to put attendee in here. Let's see if I can spell right. Okay, so a party attendee sequence. Now, paparazzis will say paparazzi. The other one won't say paparazzi, obviously. So that's what we're looking for, okay, is this party attendee, and it probably has SMS in it, okay? So we're going to open that, and what I just want you to see is that if you want to make any edits, if you want to put any different emojis in it, but I do encourage you not to change it too much. There are some places where there's specific words in there to keep Facebook happy, to keep ManyChat happy. So be careful when you're editing things, okay? Let's see here. Okay. And don't disconnect anything. What I mean by that, when you open these, so to edit a flow, we're going to hit edit. And then in here, we click on the message that you want to edit. It pops up on the left, okay? And you can do edits in here, but don't mess with these lines, okay? This is just if you want to put any different emojis in it, that kind of thing, okay? So in this little space right here, I have some fun, this might be recipes, I have some fun fashion tips. That's what you put in there. The hostess's name, I'm going to show you today how to put the hostess's name in. And this is the party plan one. So day number 1, this is where you would put the note link, is right in here. Okay, Joy. Paparazzi gals, you don't have that. I'll show you what you'll be putting in instead and where you'll put it. It's a little bit different. Okay. And then if you filled in your custom fields, this catalog shopping link, well, actually, this is going to be automated too for the party plan gals. Now, this right here, if you preview this and send it to yourself, This is like a 20-second video. I put this here as a placeholder. I think it would be fun and a good idea, Joy, if you just put a little video in there. It says, hey gals, we're gonna be talking about breakfast today. I'm excited to show you these 5 products. Click the link above for day 1. Like that, short and sweet, but it auto plays. You could even hold up a sign that says, hey, turn on the volume, and you put it down and then you talk. So this is just a placeholder. I'm not suggesting you use that video. It does happen to be a food one that actually I think is Pampered Chef products. So you technically could, but I think it's the same video on all 5 days. So you definitely need to change it. So it's just a placeholder as a, hey, here's something that you could do. You definitely have to take it out and then either replace it or have nothing in there. But I think it's just a great added thing to put on it. That's really beneficial. Okay. So that is for the party attendees. So Joy, I want you just to go ahead and go to your bot for a second and look for the party attendees. So paparazzi gals, what's different about yours? Let's see here. Okay. So what I've done with yours is you have places to put in your new release links, and that you're never in like a huge hurry with versus your lives. So, and I'm going to show you where to put those in under the custom fields and where those will fill in. What's really fun about this, if you have taken the big mini chat class from me, one of the things is as people come into the bot, it automatically puts them into sequences for new releases and for lives. Well, this takes them out of those, so they only get 1 message and not 2. And so then what happens is it fills in the customer's name, and, or excuse me, the hostess's name, and says, hey, come join Susie's party, I'm live, or shop new releases. And so these messages right here, you really shouldn't change much, okay? They should be good to go as is. But what you'll find is this right here, this message, paparazzi day 1, new release number 1, NR stands for new release, okay? And I don't care if that's an album of all things blue or pink, it doesn't have to be literally new releases, okay? So these are set up to like be used as is. You don't really need to do any editing as paparazzi. And these, they're set to immediate. So you just flip the switch when you have the link put in there. And then you have 2 live ones, and we can always add another live one if you go live more than twice in a week. And this one, it actually will go 90% sure. It goes right to your Facebook page link. So you technically don't have to add anything in here. All you have to do is when you're live is just flip the switch on top of you flipping your other live switch if you've taken the big class. So, and we'll dig into that more in a second here. But what I want you to see is on all these new release ones, this right here, this is called a custom field. So let me open up another tab because it makes it a little easier. I think this server just... I may have just changed my mind on that real quick. Let me think this through real quick. Actually, no, that isn't going to work. I just realized this tag is added. All right. No, I just realized that won't work that way. There's very much, ManyChat's very linear, and the way you put things in will determine if things fill in. So we're going to simplify this. You're going to go in to this message just like you do new releases normally. See, this is our diamond, just like normal when we send out new release notices. And this paparazzi, when it says new release, we're just going to delete that out. And so if you were, let me just go to Feisty, just because that's easy. So when you have your new releases, okay, and you want to send them out as part of your party, it's super, super easy. Okay, so this is how you get your link, in case you don't already know. This is how you get your link from a new post to Bling. So whenever you post it, a post always gets what's called a timestamp. And so on the timestamp, this says 13 hours ago. So we click on this, and then we're going to highlight. There's a question mark and then a number. So it says facebook.com / Feisty Bombshells / post, and then the numbers. So we copy that, and you're just going to pop it in there and hit. So this is the third, excuse me, this is the message farthest to the right, your diamond on the, your corner here, and you hit publish. Now, yes, of course I know. This is fine because of the way we have the conditions set up. So don't worry about those little messages that say it might be blocked. It's set up the way it's supposed to be. And they're doing their job by blocking messages that should be blocked. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay. So then every time you do a party and you have the setup, okay, the ones with new releases, so you'll have new people coming through these messages. So you just will come in, oops. You'll just come into these new release messages, and you'll just switch this out on the right hand side, okay? You'll just put in this link right in here. You just delete this little blue box and you put in that URL from the actual post. Okay, so paparazzi gals, I just want you to take a hot minute, go to your Facebook business page, click on that a post that has new release in it, the timestamp, go up to the URL and copy it and just paste it in another link. Another tab. Just see that you copy it, paste it when it opens, that it opens the right content, and that you have copied the right link. Okay? Just kind of get familiar with that. All right. Enjoy, you found your sequence. Awesome. Okay. You see that little, and you can hit preview. So, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Sorry, y'all. One thing at a time. Okay, y'all kind of getting familiar with that? Y'all good on that? Becky, you got that link? Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, so in your PDF, we're going to jump into rules, and I'm going to show you how this ends up putting your hostess's name into all the messages and how you can test it. Now, here's something really important to understand. As you're doing this, you'll be testing that, like you'll set up a new party and a new party and a new party. And when you've tested things, you have to deliberately change your own, because when you test it, it may just go back to the old one, even though you filled some new stuff in. It may not have told the system to update your information. So there's things you have to deliberately update about your own for you to get the right message. I'll kind of explain some of that as we go. Okay. So we're going to be talking about a section called rules and how we update the hostesses' names. So it's really important to have all eyes up here. And I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really fun. You just feel like, oh my gosh, look, I'm a coding goddess. Like it's really cool when you get it. It's really not hard. It's just probably not something you've done before. You know what I mean? It'll just look really different, but it's not hard. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a screen here and just kind of act as if we just came into the bot. We have a new party to set up and what we're going to tweak. Okay. So rules is under automation. Whenever this, like, Michelle's telling me go this thing, why isn't it listed here? Click on automation. This has a long drop down. There's a bunch of stuff there. Okay. So we're going to go to rules under automation. And again, all eyes up here, minimize your own mini chat and just kind of follow along. Now, whether your party plan or your paparazzi, you're looking for where it says master hostess rule number 1. Okay. There's 4, because if you're like super, if you're party queen, it's meant to have 1 per week of the month. You can reuse them. Okay. If you have like 2 parties and then you have a 2-week break and then you have 2 parties again, you could definitely use just the same one over and over again, because there would be enough space in between them. But I did 4 knowing that some might slightly overlap on the beginning and the end of the week, to try to kind of keep that straight. Okay. So master rule number 1, whether it says paparazzi or not, that's what you're looking for under rules. Okay. Roberta, if you'll follow along and then go to your mini chat and do this in a second after I show you. So under this master rule number 1, we're going to open this up. Okay. Now, paparazzi and party plan look a little bit different. Okay. So here's some things that are really, really important to note. Okay. Right here, this is called there's a tag applied. And every time you have a new party time frame, okay, because I'm going to show you how you can have up to 10 hostesses in one party. So the tag needs to match the time frame, not the tag for one specific hostess. So if you have a party from June 1st to June 7th, okay, we want to make a tag specific to that. All right. And there's going to be 2 to 3 places this needs to match, depending on if your paparazzi or party plan. Okay. So we're going to start with this tag section first. And what I'm going to do, this is a tag right here. It's just a generic one because I have put something in there to fill in. So what I'm going to do is delete this out. Now, when I make a party tag, just so I can organize them and find them easily, I like to start every party tag. Now, this is how you create the tag. I put in all caps party. That's the first thing I do. And then if it's like June 1st through 7th, okay, put the year, because hopefully you use this over and over again, okay. Now, everybody can thumbs up if you see this gray area with the plus in it underneath where I've typed. You see this plus in the gray area, okay? I'm just gonna copy this, so I don't have to retype it. If I just, this looks good, if I just click off of it, see the old tag went right back in, okay? Now, you only have to do this once. So I put the name back in. I have to hit this plus in this gray area to create it. Boom, and over here it says tag created. See the little green thing flash up? Okay, you would think it would flash up right here close to where we made it, but it doesn't. Now, when we put it in the other 2 to 3 places, we just find it. We only create it once. So everybody give me one finger up. Okay, you only create it once. If you create 2 that have the same name, it won't all connect. You must use the one that you created, okay? So if you put that in here and you like, it goes back to the original tag I had in there, the reason is because you just forgot to hit that plus. Very normal to do once or twice, to miss that. Just make sure it's in here, okay? And then I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to let you guys go to notes and look for this and just put a tag in and change some names. Then you're going to click on where it says custom field hostess. Okay. Now, Joy, you're going to have hostess and party link. It'll say hostess and party link, hostess and party link. Okay. Paparazzi, you can put all 10 hostesses in here if you'd like. So we're going to click on this as hostess number 1 to hostess number 1. What this means, when I click on this and open it, everybody raise your right hand. I solemnly swear I will not touch the custom field name, the top one, okay? Now say, I solemnly swear I will only edit values, okay? See how it says value right here? You take this out. And we put in Joy, okay? Put in whatever name you'd like. And we click on, and you don't have to hit, we click off that, see how it says Joy right here now? It still needs to say hostess number 1 to Joy, okay? And we can put in different names here of these. And then you must hit save or it will not stick, and you're hit active. Okay, so 4 steps. Create the tag, change, you can just do 1 up to 5, whatever, hostesses, names, save and activate. Paparazzi, go ahead with that. Go to automation, rules, and find master hostess number 1. Joy, stick with you real quick. Joy, the difference on yours. I'm trying to find number 1. Now, if you have, Joy, if you have 10 hostesses, you'll have to use 1 through 5 and 6 through 10, because it would only let me put 10 values in there. So you have 5 hostess links and you have 5 hostess names, okay? That's the one thing that is different about yours. Okay, and so what you do is you put in the hostess's name, and then the one underneath it, this for specific link at Joy/studios or however it's built, okay? And you put that again only in the value and put her name up here. But I mean, you're probably going to be excited doing 5 hostesses a week, so you may only use that one. And then Joy, I'm going to show you how to use one other one besides that after I let you do that. I don't want to overwhelm you. So go ahead and go to rules. And this is why, like, if you don't have hostesses yet, this is why I want to show you how to do it. Get a little confident with it. 2 to 5 hostesses set up. and then come to a question queen session. So we make sure it's set up and working right for you, and you can put your actual hostesses' names in it. Okay, automation rules. So if you found that it's not hard, right? You just have to know where to go and what to click on. Not hard, just need to know where to go and what to click on. All right, so just give me a thumbs up if you've got the a new tag made. You've got at least 2 hostesses' names replaced. Save and active. Got that? You good to go on that? Okay. You got that, Roberta?
Yes.
Awesome sauce. Okay. All right. So, and make sure it's activated and saved.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. Saved and activated. Okay. That's really important. That's turned on. And then I'm going to show Joy one more quick thing. And then we will move on to a growth tool real quick. Okay. Only party plan. Paparazzi, this does not pertain to you. Where is this? What is the name of this? Party info. Okay. So on this party info number 1, Joy, you're going to, and you see there's a screenshot of it, of this in your PDF. Okay. In the messages that we use for party plan, it has like a party start date, when the live is, some of this is mostly dates and those kind of things, and then the event or the group where people are, you know, connecting and communicating. Now, what's important is this master hostess and the shopping URL. Do not touch those 2. Those will autofill because of the other rule. They just have to be here because of the way the coding works, okay? So don't touch those 2. But if you, whether you're using a group or an event, you would put that in there. You'd put the date. It's good to have the closing date, but you got to order by this date. These fill in parts of the messages that go out, both in hostess coaching and to attendees. Okay. So, and again, you just fill them in the exact same way. Change out the dates. Only values. If you change this custom filled part, it's not that you're breaking it. It's just not going to fill in where you want it to fill in. Like, so it's just really important to only do values. And then again, save and active. Now, the tag here, you would just go find the one you made. So I had party, right? See, when you start typing, it pops up. You just click on it. So important not to remake it. Really important not to remake it. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. So that's for party plan only. All right. So all eyes up here. We are going to go over to the growth tool and show you how this merges. Okay. All right. So on the left-hand side, we're going to look for growth tools. And then you're going to be looking for where it says 1 through 5 hostess. Okay. It might say paparazzi, it might say party plan, it might not say anything. But 1 through 5 should be pretty obvious under your growth tools. Okay. And we are going to open that. And there's one thing we have to edit on yours, Joy, but Paparazzi's is all set up already. Okay, so looking at this little web of mess here, luckily you don't have to change too much in here. I've set it all up to make it easy for you, okay? So just as a note, see how these little blue hostesses, this is what tells it to fill in those specific names from your rule. Don't touch them, okay? Just know I'm gonna look really cool because the hostesses' names are gonna fill in there because I followed the rule, okay? Just that's what it is. Because I mean, it's easy to get in here and go, but wait, the names aren't showing up there. Maybe I need to change them. No, you don't. Do not pass go. Do not touch the blue zones. Don't touch them. Okay? That will automatically fill in for you because your rule is saved and turned on. Okay? All right. Now, but to make it, sorry.
Yes, this Roberta. How did you see the webs? I don't see a web.
A web of what, honey?
Like I don't see this mapping, this flow mapping.
You shouldn't be looking at your bot. You should be only looking at mine. Girlfriend, do not do both at once. Minimize yours and watch mine.
Okay, I'm done.
Follow along or you're going to miss something important. This is, if it looks like, okay, sometimes when y'all open your stuff, it looks like this. Is that what yours look like, Roberta? Stacked, okay. If it looks stacked right here, you go over, you hit go to Flow Builder. And this will give you your pretty little flow, okay? It's the exact same content. It doesn't change it, it's just the way that it looks. It's funny because when I first started doing this, Rihanna, they didn't have this flow builder looking thing. It only was stacked like this, and that's how Rihanna still does it. I like to see how things are connected and how it all lays out in the whole big picture. Okay, so the one part that you need to change right here, okay, it'll have the starting step on it. It's not the first box because this blue box is the URL. It's the box with a green dot on it, or green starting step. And we click on this, okay? And this there, see it says add tag. Everybody see tag, right? We have to take this out. And a lot of times it just pops right here at the top, the last one you made. But we have to put in, not create. Don't start typing it and hit the plus again. Find that one that you created and put the tag in there that matches. Okay, you have to put the tag in that matches. Everybody give me a thumbs up that you see what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. Now what will happen is this tag, when it gets applied, now this is really, 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 really important. Let me double check my notes that I put this in this order for you. First it says rules, and then growth tool. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't put it in the wrong order. If you don't go do the rules first, if you try to do the growth tool first, then the rules, okay, when you go to preview it, the stuff won't align, like it won't work, okay? This is very, very linear. It's a computer. You know how you've done something with a computer, you know, like before we had like laptops, you know, those great big monitors, and you had more of, you know, like it's just so literal. Like it does exactly what you tell it to do, but sometimes you thought you told it to do one thing and you kind of didn't because you didn't put the right buttons. It's kind of like that, okay? This has to go in this order for things to fill in at the right time and I'll connect, okay? So super, super important. So we put in that tag, And so this matches your rules, okay? And then we're gonna hit publish on this, all right? Now, just note, Joy, just one second, Becky. I'm gonna come back and help you with these. There's two little questions we wanna put in yours. We're gonna come back to that in just a second, okay? Now, to test this, Becky, what was your question, hun?
Just real quick, does that tag, I know we don't just type in the words, but does the tag self-populate, or I didn't catch that, or does a drop-down menu of all the created tags
Okay,
present itself?
We take out the one that's in there. If you don't automatically see it here, you can start typing it. This is why I have all of them, the first word party. So when you put in party, it will easily pull up. So you're not trying to remember, did I put the whole word September in, or did I just put SEPT? Did I? If you always start with party every single time, then you just find the date of the one that you want for that week.
Okay, great. And then Michelle, on all of the steps, the first steps I've already done, right? Like all of the values.
I hope so, but I don't know without looking at your
I'm using ManyChat for all my new releases every day and my lives every day. So, okay. All right. Thanks.
That's something you're going to have to double check. Okay. All right. So now we hit publish. That has to be done too. The tag and publish have to be in. These two things. Do not touch hostesses. That should be good. All the other rest of this stuff. I need to delete that. All the rest of this stuff should be good to go. Okay. So we hit publish. All right. And then we're going to come up here. So it says widgets and then party 1 through 5. So this is what's called an opt-in message. This is the message that's connected to the growth tool. If you've been on the bigger ManyChat call, we tell you all the time, flows is the warehouse for all the messages, and then we attach it to things. This is a flow from under here, under the flows section. This flow is then connected. See, it says opt-in. That means a message, opt-in message. And we click on this party 1 through 5 right up here at the top on the left of it. This is the actual growth tool that it's connected to. Okay. Now, the way we get this growth tool, we're just going to hit the word next. And when we hit next, see this m.me? This will either say, like for mine, it says Creative Success Systems. It doesn't matter if it's a number or if it's the name of your page. If you've published your page in a certain way, it'll say the name of your page. If you've renamed your page, it might have the first name you put in there. Doesn't matter. They're just characters. It's just the coding that tells Facebook the message to send your people to. Okay. So you have this number, and then it says 5-party paparazzi or 5-party. So this 5-party paparazzi is right down here. And you can't have any spaces in it. You don't need to change it. All you need to do is hit copy this link. Okay, that's all you have to do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test it to see what it looks like as if we were a party attendee. Okay, so we're going to click plus tab. After we've copied that, we're just going to paste it in here. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up Messenger. And when it opens up Messenger, it's going to fill in, it's going to start those messages. Okay, so then you just scroll down and you'll see here that it takes all the names. So I just put enjoy. Now here's the thing. Okay, in this, it is way easier, okay, in this growth tool. There are these 5 hostesses names, and then there's all this other stuff connected, which I don't want you to touch. So it is far easier to make up names, and you have one hostess and there's 4 names here, but they're still going to click their hostess name, right? So you can put in Susie Q, Becky Smith, whatever you want to put in here. Okay, just fill in all 5 names instead of just having hostess number 1, number 2. They'll still, even if you only had one hostess and, you know, put her as number 1, the first name, it doesn't matter that there's 5 names in there and that there's only one hostess connected. It's easier to just make up names and have names in there than to try to disconnect anything in here so it doesn't show the hostess's names. And plus it looks like, wow, she's really busy. I should want to have a party with her. Okay, I don't care if you have 1 or 5. Just fill them all in. It could be you, your daughter, and your sister's name. I don't care. But just make sure all 5 names are filled in. Does that kind of make sense? So I just want you to show this, see how this will look if you don't have names in there. Okay, so Joy's my hostess. So I'm going to click her. Now, one of the things that I suggest is that you kind of have some sort of like little giveaway. It's like, be sure and get registered or RSVP for the party. So it'll say, if this isn't the right name, click on the right hostess's name. If this is correct, select enter the drawing. So have some kind of like, there'll be a drawing for everyone who has RSVP to the party, okay? And we click enter the drawing. And then this will automatically happen for you, okay? Now, if your phone number doesn't pop up, it's because the way your settings are with your phone number and Facebook. And so that's why it'll say type your phone number if it doesn't pop up. So click on that and agree to get SMS and email and agree. Okay. And then if it's paparazzi, how many days a week do you wear jewelry? It's just kind of fun to get to know what they do. Colors. Okay. And then this, I'm pretty sure goes to your Facebook page. Okay. Which I don't have a page filled in there. I will double check that's where it goes. And we have just a tiny couple things to edit after you go through it. Joy. Facebook page link. Yeah, that should go to your page link. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do is you're going to go to growth tools. You're going to make sure that tag matches the tag in your rules. And you hit publish. Okay. Then you're going to go back to growth tools and open it up and hit next. Copy that reference URL, put it in a new tab, and then go through it just like what a party attendee go through. Joy, if you want to, so go ahead, paparazzi, and do that. Joy, give me 2 seconds to help you change something, and then it will go right for you. Okay. Joy, actually, what I'll do is have you go ahead and share screen.
I want you to be done in a thing. Okay, you just be.
And then go ahead and go just directly look to the left and you see that one that says open. Yeah, it says open flow here. Yep. And then you'll hit edit. And then the last box to the far right. Yep, click on that. And there's 2 questions in there. How many days a week do you, and what is your favorite? Now, you don't have to use those starters, but I definitely would ask how many days a week do you cook dinner? And then I might
Okay.
ask what your family's favorite food. What are your family's favorite foods, and like multiple choice, like, you know, classic American, Asian, Mexican, Italian, forgetting something, but you know what I mean? Or you can totally change that to just make a meal cook, or you can, you know, you can change it to whatever you'd like.
Okay.
But go ahead and put some cooking question in, and then just go ahead and hit publish.
Okay. So I want to keep this as like the one button
Joy
response
that's
kind of
not
thing.
muted, and I'm helping her, Roberta. So just a second, please.
That was me.
Go ahead. We'll just Joy.
Keep the questions as like a one button response style.
It doesn't matter too much because it's in Messenger.
Oh, that was
And when you've got that, just go ahead and hit publish, and then go back to Growth Tools and send yourself that link, and you can stop screen share when you have a hot second too. Okay, let me know if you have got that reference URL in a new tab and you've gone through and answered all your own questions. Did you get it? Nice. Okay, Becky, where you at, hun?
I just added the tag. And then
Did you hit publish, hun?
I did. And then I go back to Growth Tools.
And you click on next and you just hit copy.
Next. Copy. Okay, and then go to the post to URL, paste.
Just open a new tab and paste that in. Did you come up with a question you're happy with?
Yeah, I just, it's the same thing. It just says click the beautiful bling to, oh no, here it is. I think I've got it. Let me give
go
it a
through all the
second.
questions and make sure it works. Go
Okay.
do it. Where are you going? Hang on 2 seconds, ladies.
When you get a moment, I have a question. Michelle, you're muted.
Yes, I know, hon. Go ahead.
Okay. From the automation section, under
There's-
rules, when
hang
I
on.
click on the master hostess rule, 1 through
Roberta,
10, ma'am.
do you have like a phone there? It sounds like there's like this beepy noise.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's telemarketer. I forgot to hide the phone.
Okay, all right, go ahead. What was the question?
I'm under automation rules. When I click on rules, I see two things. When this happens, tag applied specific party week dates, or tag applied party June 1 through 7, 2020. So I noticed you only had one. So did I recreate, or I did not create it properly?
You'll have to share screen. It sounds like you forgot to take one out. You're supposed to take one out and only have one in there. Can you click the share screen and yeah, you weren't supposed to make a new one. You were supposed to replace the top one. It won't hurt anything, but just go ahead and delete the top one.
Do you see it?
You have two in there. Just delete the specific party date one. And hit save.
And then when we went under growth tool, under paparazzi 1 through 5 hostess, you asked us to copy something and I didn't catch that.
Okay, did you hit, oh, let's double check, because see how you have a yellow dot next to the word edit?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's not published.
Okay.
So you need to click edit. Okay, so zoom in on that.
Oops.
Oh,
No, I accidentally.
Okay, hang on. You've got to delete that. Go down to that purple thing.
This one?
No, don't delete that one. Do you see where the purple dot is?
This one?
Yes, hit the trash can. You got to delete what you just added in there. Okay.
Okay.
Now, zoom in, please, carefully. All right, so click on where it says add a tag. You were supposed to put the tag in there.
Oops, too big. Add a tag.
Click on the one that says green starting step. Just click on the yellow. Okay, now you're supposed to put the tag in there.
Erase this. And then I can begin typing party and click from the list.
Uh-huh. And hit publish. Okay. Now go up to the top where it says party 1 through 5. Click on the one next to the word widgets. Click next. Click copy. Now open a new tab. Paste. Okay.
And this shows what it would look like.
There you go. Now scroll down. Scroll down. There you go. And you would pick your hostess name. So go ahead and hit stop screen share and go through that and answer the questions. Okay. All right. Everybody got that? Isn't that cool? You change your
Yes.
hostess names. You put that in. Okay. Yes, Becky.
I have a quick question. Michelle, with Paparazzi, we also have the ability to create online parties, which might be an added boost to this. If we had the opportunity for them to shop our replicated website as well as our Facebook and attend the live, is that built into any of these flows as an option that would direct them to a party? Saying we had a hostess named Gay, we could create, just like the other party plans, we could create an online party for them too, that they could shop what's in our back office as well.
You can add another tab and send them to your website if you'd like. I mean, I would never do that. I would want them shopping my inventory, but
Well,
totally.
it's kind of an important thing, especially with this 48-hour window for the Empire Diamond unvaulted Z piece. That's, you know, it's just, if we can get our customers to buy that from the back office instead of us having to buy it, it frees up a lot of our cash. But that may not be, this may not be the application.
That's for current customers. Your people that are new to you because a hostess introduced you to them, they don't know why the ZP, pink pieces are important. That it means nothing to them. That's like a foreign language. They don't care. Everything that you have is new to them.
Okay.
So that's just that's a marketing strategy that you're talking about, but that's for current customers, not for party plan, not for party attendees who are new to you.
Okay, got it.
Did you have another thought on that, Maya? No? Okay. All right. So now here's something that happens really frequently. So I'm going to show you how to deal with the problem because this happens all the time. Okay. So several things can happen. You can go to rules, and let's say you change out, you have a new party, you've used this once, went great. You go in here and, well, actually this will happen to you all the time. Or could. You go in and you change the hostesses' names and you change the tag, okay? And you test it and you realize you spelled one wrong. You realize you forgot one of their dates. For Joy, she put in the shopping link and for some reason it cut off and it didn't get the whole link in or something. And you want to change it and then test to make sure that it works, okay? Here's the problem that you have to know how to kind of deal with. Okay, when I go to my name here, okay, so sorry, let me slow that down. I go to audience, I search for my name because I'm the one that was testing it, and I open this up. So if you see here, you just have to look carefully. They're in alphabetical order, but or no, actually they're in order when they pop on. So this party June 7. After I apply that tag, whatever was in rules is now what's under down here, these custom fields. Okay, see how there's these hostesses. Now I have a couple of different hostesses thing in here because I have both party plan and paparazzi. But this stuff, see how it says Joy right here? It's kind of tiny. All right, let's just pretend I spelled it J-O-I or something, and I needed to spell her name right. And I wanted to test to make sure that when somebody gets it, it's fixed. My little challenge is this tag is already on here. So it's already been set in there. So to double check that what I changed stuck, so you change it and hit save. Every time you make a change in rules, you have to hit save, okay? But we come into our own name, we take off the tag, okay? We take that off, and then let's just say I'm gonna go to automation and rules. Let's say all of a sudden I had another hostess that all of a sudden last minute decided to come in, okay? So I put in Rebecca's name, okay? Or let's say I find out Joy is really spelled with an I. Like whatever edits that you're making in here, okay? And I hit save. Now, there's one of two things I can do. It's super, super easy just to come back to the growth tools. I've taken off the tag. So you have to take off the tag first, okay? I hit next, I copy, and I paste it in again. Dun, dun, dun. And then let's scroll down here. Come on, pop up. Okay, so now that didn't change it. Okay, let me see. See, this is why we test things. See what I did wrong here. Okay, did I hit save? Joy is in there. I didn't put in that other, oh, Rebecca's in there. Okay, let's see what I did. So you do have to go back to your own name and I'm not using the right growth tool. Let me double check I have the tag in here. Okay, should be good. I hadn't added that tag. I must have done something wrong. Okay, so if you make a change and have to test it again, you just need to go to your name, take off the tag, and then go through the growth tool again. Just copy that link and paste it in again. There we go. Now we have our funky spelled Joy and Rebecca in there. We know that we did it right. Okay, so that happens a lot and it has to go in that order. You take the tag off, change it, save it, then use your growth tool, then test it again to see if it went right. Okay. Same thing that happened when we're using like the hostess coaching, the party attendee, when we're testing those messages. If something's not right, you take off the tag. And we've had this happen so many times, like, why? I changed it and I sent myself they'll hit preview on the flow, but it won't have changed. It's because when you added that tag, it added what was in the rules at that point. It doesn't come back when you update the information in that rule, because the tag was already on your name. That's what was put in there and it'll be there until you like take the tag off and put it in again. Joy, go ahead.
When we have a situation where we have a host that is a repeat host, is that something we're going to have to do, removing the tag and all when we have future parties booked? Or will it overwrite because it is a new party tag?
Well, see, what will happen is that when she's a repeat, because the tag isn't connected to her name, the tag's connected to the dates. So when she clicks on the reference URL, that new tag's in there, the new tag pops on and it'll connect to that current rule, what names are in there. So you don't, and the nice thing is you can go back and go, well, look, this person has attended 4 parties because you have 4 party tags in there. So it's kind of a nice way to reference and see, you know, how many parties are people attending kind of thing. Okay. All right. So that's just a little kind of, by the way, here's something important to note and make sure how it works. Okay. So I had shown you at the beginning how to edit where the sequences were. Okay. So you had your party attendee, we had our party attendee sequences. Okay. So what we need to, Okay. So then what you can do is you can come into each one of these. All right. And just to double check that it's working and everything's connected, what you can do is hit edit and you can hit preview and it should say welcome to so-and-so's party. That should populate in there for you. Now here is one thing. If you have, here's one thing you might want to edit. If they're a first time buyer and you have postable, so go ahead in here and you can put in the postable link. Okay, so that's one thing that you'll want to switch if you're paparazzi. Okay, whereas Joy, yours automatically has the link to your hostess to shop hers. Okay, and then your Facebook page should automatically fill in. All right, so you can go through and simply hit preview on a couple of these and make sure that they sent with the hostess's name that you selected and make sure that that all connected correctly. Okay, so go ahead and go to sequences. You're looking for attendee, not hostess. There's a hostess coaching one too, but look for attendee. Open some of those messages if you need to. You can click on go to Flow Builder so it switches that. And then just preview a couple and just make sure that you see that the hostess name fills in. Now, here's a note just for your people's sake, and plus in case you end up with one day you have 2 Michelles, 2 Sarahs, 2 something like that, I would put in the first and last name of the hostess. Okay. And depending on what it is on Facebook, sometimes people have a name on Facebook and that's not exactly what they're known as by their friends. You know, so if you have someone, their name is Patricia and they really go by Pat or Patty or something, put in there what people would know them as. It doesn't need to be their Facebook name because it's not connected to that. So make sure you put in the name of what their friends know them as, even if you have to connect with them as more like their legal name. Does that make sense? Okay. So you don't have to every party go in and click on those attendees sequence or flows to proof that or preview them. I just want you to kind of see what it looks like. And so as you read it, like if there's a word you want to change or emoji you want to change, you're just getting a little more familiar with where things are and then how it works. Okay, let me know when you've previewed a couple.
Michelle, can you tell me where attendee is? I'm not seeing it. Can you review where that is again, please?
Under sequences, you're going to go to automation and you're going to go to sequences. So we're working under there and you're going to look for the one that has the word attendee in the name of the sequence. Yes, Ms. Maya.
I don't have one that has attendee in the sequence under sequences.
Same, yeah. But I found it under virtual party from the welcome.
But you don't have a sequence. Okay, let me see what happened there. That's interesting. Somehow that box must not have been clicked.
Yeah, I don't have attendees either.
Okay, no problem. We can build that really, really fast together. And I will edit my template. So you do want to see under flows the names of those the names of those flows attendees. Becky, I'm sure you haven't looked there yet. Just a second. Maya, can you share screen for me real quick, hun?
Yes.
When I built the template, I must have missed checking that box. Can you humor me for a second? Go to automation into sequences. Let me see if I named it something else. Oh, paparazzi virtual party with SMS. Click on that one. Yeah, it's right there. It just didn't have the name attendee in it. My bad. Okay. So I'm the worst at naming things and forgetting what I name things. All right, Becky and Roberta, can you check and see if you have paparazzi virtual party with SMS? Under
Yes, I
sequences?
do.
Perfect. Okay, I'm so glad we don't have to build that. It really isn't that hard and wouldn't have taken very long, but I apologize, I had the wrong name. All right, so go ahead and open some of those. And Maya, I want to check one more thing. Can you share screen with me real quick? I just want to double check something connected the way it's supposed to. You can be my guinea pig for a hot second here. That's welcome. All I want you to do is click on sequences real quick. You sent yourself the bot, and you answered like the phone number and the email question and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think we do have one little disconnect. So see at the top it says subscribers, and then you go down to where it says paparazzi party with SMS. Right now it says 0. It should say 1. It should have you in there. So I'm going to give you 3 the chance just to play with those, and then there's one thing we are going to fix in your growth tool in just a second. Go ahead and preview a couple of those.
Okay.
Joy, are you able to preview some of those and then see where to put your note in? Okay, awesome. I'm glad it's in there. I just couldn't remember the name.
Michelle, do we put the postable link in the blue box that says open website link? Do we like remove the word link and type it in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Just like you do new releases, lives, anything like that. Mm-hmm.
So under the paparazzi party new releases with SMS, there's a yellow caution box that said the flow contains messages that may not be delivered to your subscribers after March 4th.
Right. So I
Click here
explained
to
that a few minutes ago. Because you have a condition set, it says either deliver a regular message or SMS. It is set up correctly the way it's supposed to be. So you don't need to worry about the caution.
Michelle, can I share my screen with you? Because I have been a little bit confused about exactly where to put that link, even on my new releases. I think I've just been lucking out. Can I just share it with you real quick and have you show me precisely where to put it?
So the new release link, it's the message the farthest to the right. Okay, so if you have a diamond, it's to the right, and you're just taking out that those blue words, and you just paste it right in there in the text.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay, go ahead and share screen, hun.
I'm,
Share screen, hun.
so I'm trying to put in my postable. You see where I am at?
Okay, but you said you were trying to put in new releases.
Well, I said I was confused about that as well, but if you tell me how to do it here, I'll know how to do it there.
Okay, so Becky, look at this for a second. Just kind of slow down your thought process. Okay, okay, quit clicking on things for just a second, hun. Okay, so when we've done this before, see where it says website address and it says the word link in it. That's where we've always pasted the links. The blue thing can't be changed. Only the section for the actual website.
Okay.
Okay, so you just gotta like calm yourself and like look at it because it's what you've done before several times over. There's only one thing in there that you can edit. Okay.
Okay, let me get back and I can unshare the screen. Oops, hang on, I can't find us.
All right. Y'all getting some of those previewed and find the hostess's name in there?
No, I do not see my hostess name in the.
Did you preview it? Did you send it to yourself, Roberta?
Oh, yes, that part. Yes, I did that already.
When you
Yeah, I went through all
previewed the message, the hostess's name would be in the message that's previewed. It won't be in the actual name because it has the blue words hostess's name. You send it to yourself and make sure that it populated correctly. Okay. All right. So paparazzi gals, I'm going to have you look up here. I'm going to have to double check the template. There's just always a million things that have to connect. Okay, Becky, I'm going to have you share screen. We're going to edit one little tiny part of your growth tool because it looks like the way I had it set up, it's not going. Go ahead and go to growth tools on the left-hand side. And click on the party 1 through 5 and hit edit. On the left-hand side-ish, and there's blue words, it says edit. No, over on the left. Okay, slow your cursor down. Just go over to the left. You're on the right-hand side. Okay, not quite that far. Go towards the next section over in the middle.
Oh, geez, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, now, very slowly, okay. When you're looking at all your boxes, the box that's second to the right and it's yellow, I want you to click on that one. Okay, now, where's the subscribe sequence? Paparazzi virtual party. I want you to put your cursor in there and on this left. There you go. I want you to delete that out. Just start, like, actually stop right there. Go ahead and click on the top one where it says paparazzi virtual party with SMS. There we go. Click on that and then hit publish.
Okay.
Now I want you to, on the top, where it says paparazzi 1 through 5,
Yes, up here.
the second one over. Actually, I want you to just pause for just a hot second. Let me think this through. What's happened is you have this bot in here twice, the template, and I just want to fix it for you.
I don't see paparazzi virtual party with SMS. I do see party 1 through 5 hostesses paparazzi. When I click on edit, I don't have that same screen.
Okay, so Roberta, what I want you to do is just watch this and not be doing yours at the same time, okay? So hang on just a second, all right? Okay, so Becky, now go ahead and go click on, so it says widgets and then party 1 through 5. Up to the top, hun.
Yes,
Top.
okay.
1 to the left. Click on that. Now I want you to click on next. Copy URL to clipboard and paste that in a new tab. Go ahead and hit stop screen share and answer those questions one more time. I'm going to come back to you in just a second, Becky. Okay, Roberta, so go under widgets.
Oh, sorry, I was under growth tools.
Growth tools and widgets is the same thing. Okay, so you open the hostess 1 through 5 and you can follow along too, Maya. And you hit edit. It's a blue word on the left. Okay, now you're going to go over to the far right. The second to the right box is yellow. Click on that. And it's going to pop up the edit feature to the left. And then you can put your cursor in there and then it'll see the drop down. It'll say virtual party with SMS there.
It's listed twice. And I heard you say something about it.
Go ahead and just click on the top one.
Okay, I got it.
And you got that too, Maya? Okay, and then hit publish.
Done.
Okay, excellent. Okay, now we're going to need to do the same thing. If you go out to widgets, so follow along, Becky. Okay, so paparazzi gals, go into your growth tools. Becky, why don't you go ahead and share screen? You're muted, Becky. Can you go ahead and share screen? Unmute yourself, hun.
Growth tools.
Okay, so go into where it says party 1 through 10. I just want to have both of them set up correctly. Now, you just use this growth tool instead if you have more than 6 hostesses. Go ahead and click
Okay.
edit again. Okay, so second from the right, the yellow box. Okay, now just put your cursor behind the word party and pick that first one again. Try one more time. You got to put the one with the SMS in it. There you go, and then hit publish. Maya, do you have it in twice or just once? I have a feeling yours is only in once.
I think mine was in twice too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me go back to make sure. Um,
Want me to stop share, Michelle?
No, actually, I have one more thing you're going to do. Hang on just 1 second.
Okay.
So, Becky, when you did that, you clicked on the next and put it in and you answered those questions, right?
Yes, it worked fine.
Okay, so it wasn't going to change anything there. What I want you to do is click on automation and then sequences. Okay, I'm looking for scroll. Go ahead and scroll down for me. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's in that one. Okay, so if both of you test it by hitting next and then going through that, okay, there's two that say with SMS, and one of them shows a 1 in it.
Right.
Let me see here. The one that's farther down, can you open that second one? Yeah, open that one for me. Okay, go back to sequences and open the top one. Okay, ladies, I'm going to have you switch this actually, and I'm going to have you delete one of these. So this is my bad. Well, I know what's happened. It's okay. Go ahead and go back to growth tools.
Go back to what? I'm sorry, kind of.
Growth tools. On the left-hand side, go to growth tools. There you go. Click on the 1 through 5. And ladies, actually, I'm going to have to, if you have 2 in there, I'm going to have to make the second one. Go ahead and hit it.
Michelle, you broke up a little bit for me. Can you repeat that?
Hit edit, please.
Edit.
Go over to the yellow box, second from the right.
Okay.
Click on it. And put your cursor behind where it says SMS. Pick the second one down. And hit publish. And then go back and do the same thing with the 1 through 10. There we go, and hit publish.
Okay.
Okay, now click on, okay, we're gonna go down to automation and sequences. And the one, so you have 2, but the one on the top of the list, and it has a 7 under messages.
Mm-hmm.
It may not actually delete, I don't know. Go to the 3 dots to the far right of it. Yep, and let's just delete it so it's not confusing. Okay, Roberta and Maya, do you guys have, both of you have that?
yes.
Were you able to switch that, Roberta, and then delete that one?
Well, unlike hers, mine's was the second one. So when I went through the 1 through 10 and did that, it made both of them zeros as far as me testing.
So don't worry about that part. I'm just making sure you've selected the second one and then deleted it under sequences.
Yeah,
I
I clicked the 3 dots and click delete.
Okay, and you have the second one chosen in those growth tools, right?
Yes, as far as
Okay,
the steps
cool.
you took us through, yes.
Okay, so now all of you go ahead and go back to your growth tools and then click on the one that says 1 through 5. Becky, go ahead and go to growth tools. There you go, hit next. Hit copy URL to clipboard. All right. Now paste that in. Go ahead and hit stop screen share, Becky. And then what I want you to do after you do that, just make sure there's a 1 in the one that says SMS. What's happened is I've updated it, made it better, and now you have double content in there. Go ahead, Joy.
Yeah, I'm seeing duplicates as well in the attendee. I don't know if it was loaded twice.
Okay, yeah, Rihanna, if intention may have loaded it up again.
Okay.
So go ahead and share screen. Let me double check a few things, Joy. First of all, go ahead and go to sequences. Let me see which one you did end up in.
I have these here, and then they're down here again as well.
Okay, scroll back up for me. Okay, go ahead and click on Growth Tools and click on the 1 through 5 and go ahead and hit edit. And then click on the second to the right box. Click on the name of that. Can you do me a favor, Joy? Go ahead and click on plus tab and open another mini chat tab for me real quick. And go ahead and go to sequences. So on the left-hand side, go to animation and sequences.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and scroll down, honey.
To the first or second?
Hang on just 1 second, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So master virtual party sequence with SMS. So that one has 1 person in it. So that must be you. Do you see it's like, well, yeah, that one. Go ahead and open that one.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that, is this the one that you've been sending yourself messages from?
I'm guessing so, yes.
So just to make it easier, up on the top where it says master virtual party sequence, just click on the name of it.
Like next to it?
At the end where it says SMS, or at the beginning, just put an asterisk. It just makes it easy to search. And so, because there's a lot of the word master in there, it's going to be hard to search it out. So go ahead and just click off of that and then save. Okay. So go ahead and open the top day virtual party number 1. Click on the name of it, virtual party day number 1.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and hit edit flow. And then go ahead and hit preview.
What?
Have you put any note links in any of these yet?
Not yet. Just I don't have a day one built yet.
That's okay. I just wanted to give you something to test, and you can put anything in here in day one. You just want to make sure you know how to switch it and that it's right.
Yeah, I can do that.
Whoa. Whoa. Mom, look at this.
You got that message?
I'm
So if you want, you can go in and
gonna close this.
the other one that said master.
So.
Go ahead and go back
Okay.
to it.
And the king.
Went back to sequences and delete the other master.
Yeah.
That would be that one. And what about these two attendees?
So, okay. So let's talk about those for a second. So if there's two of those, you can delete them. What they're used for, if you want to use them, okay, you don't have to use them. Go ahead and open the one that says SMS. That would send a message and be like, I think this is a follow-up.
Oh, yeah, thank you for your order. Okay.
Okay, so you can use it that way. Go ahead and go back to the email. So it says in there, I'd like to get your email address to send you some fun things. Okay, so you like me to send you the recipes to for cooking, this week or in my demo. And it's really easy. Go ahead and hit edit. And you just fill in the info on the. Go ahead and put like your cursor in where it says tip. So see,
Okay.
you just put text in there. You can put photo in there. It's uber easy to edit. Just make sure you hit publish and preview it and send it to yourself. And so if you see the subject line, that is the host's name in there in your company. So it would say like Susie's Pampered Chef Party, blah, 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 blah. So those fields automatically fill in.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's something, it's not turned on right now, but if you want to use it, you can turn it on. And so it's a reason for them to give you their email address because you're going to send like the recipes, for example, that way.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. All right. Y'all have that?
Yeah, I tested retested it since I deleted that second one. And when I went through it this time, when I thought I was on a flow, but once I got to take me to the website, it says this page isn't working. ManyChat.com sent an invalid response.
Okay. Do you have your, did you set the values in your custom fields under settings?
Today?
So it's something you would have done before camp. There's like,
Oh,
there's
gotcha. Custom fields. No, I did not.
That's okay. You can still go back and do that. So that will set that up so that the right content fills in there. So you have to go all the way down to bot fields and edit those values.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So one last thing I want to do is with the hostess coaching. Okay. So we're really going to switch gears here. So all eyes up here. Okay. So just as a quick refresher. So when you have a new hostess, okay, if they're kind of like, or new week of hostesses, if they're kind of backing up, like if you have from June 1st to June 7th, and then you have one from June 8th to the 15th or whatever it would be, you're going to use that rule number 2. Right now you filled in rule number 1. There were 4 in there that said the same thing. Hostess 1 through 5, number 1, and then it went to number 2, 3, and 4. If they're bumping up against each other like that, I would suggest that you use number 2. Okay, y'all see what I'm saying? You put the tag in there, you put in the hostesses' names, and then everyone should have been through the growth tool for that last party within the first, hopefully before the party even started. But if it was like 1 through 7, June 1 through 7, hopefully by like the 2nd or 3rd, they've already gone through the growth tool. Okay, so now you go into the growth tool, and now you're going to have June 8 through 15, that tag. Here, let me share a screen because I know some of you are visual. Okay, so I would be under automation, under rules, and I'd come to number 2. And I'd put in here again, start with party, right? And I put June 8th through 15th. And this one is the one you have to actually create, hit the plus. I put my hostesses' names only under value, fill in my 5 names, hit save, and active. Then I'd come to my growth tool on number 5, make sure this is day 2 or 3 into the last one, right? And we hit edit, and the only thing you have to edit is this tag. So we take this out. Now the last one is made. We don't make it again. We just select the one we've already made. Now it's June 8th through 15th. So this is somewhere on about June 3rd or 4th. Okay, because the last one was 1 through 7. We just don't want to put this in here until that last party has started, and you're probably not putting new people in. Okay, and we hit publish. And what you do is you can, there's a couple different places you can use this. We're gonna hit copy to clipboard. Okay, now you can say, I'll just message Rihanna, test her. Well, let's see here. Let's do this. Okay, so I'd say, hey, Susie, hostess, right? Please copy and paste this message as an invite to your guests. Okay. And then it would say something like, I'm excited to invite you to my paparazzi Pampered Chef party. To RSVP and to be entered into a drawing like this link, and you'd paste the link. Okay, and you would send that, and this is the kind of thing I would send it in 2 separate messages. The part that you want them to copy and paste, send that as a second message. So you can do it that way, or you can do, not or, I would do and. You would, if you had an event going where people, you know, you've added them to an event, you can also, think this will let me. You can also post in here to RSVP to the party and to be entered into a drawing, you know, say what the drawing is. Click this link. It will also make it so I can send you notices when I'm live and share fun tips, okay, depending on what your company is. And I pasted in here and actually we want to take out the preview. Say we want to say click this link. Now if you saw I had a preview there live. Okay, it's very important that you take off the preview. Let me see if it'll do that one more time. If I put it in there, I'll show you one more time.
Michelle, what link is that again?
It's the reference URL, the one you copied and pasted into a new tab that connects to 1 through 5. Okay, so let me just show you what happens when I paste the link in here and this preview shows up and I hit post. So let me show you why you want to take that off. Give me just a second for this to post. What will happen is people will often just click this preview and it actually only takes them to your page. It doesn't take them into Messenger. It's so obnoxious. I don't know why it does that. You want to X that preview off the bottom. Okay. So let me just show you that one more time now that it probably makes a little bit more sense. Get back to where I was. Come on. Maybe it's not going to go back there. That's fine. Okay. So in here, okay, so this is what the post looks like without the preview. This is what the post looks like with the preview. And if you wanted, you could put a fun picture in here. So hit this little, this X isn't very prominent right here. Click that off. Put your other text in. Now, if you wanted to, you could have a cute graphic. Let's just pretend this was a graphic. You could put a cute graphic in here that says, click the link to be entered into the drawing in RSVP. Like you could make it prominent and, you know, and you can always click here. Whoops. Click here to RSVP. And, you know, you can always put in your arrows. We'd want it pointing towards the link. Gone too far. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Okay. Just make sure there's a space between that arrow and that link. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? So, but the much more effective way is to have your hostesses be sending it out. But it's okay to layer it and have it, you know, several times. Okay. All right. So one other thing though is that if you have an event and you use the confirmation tool, so it'll say click here to reserve your spot. Okay, if you're using that, what happens is when people click on it, it will send you a message and them a message from your page, and they're automatically put in to the bot itself. Okay. What you have to do at that point, okay, let me show you something here. All right, is so we have people in here, for example, okay, and a new person comes in and you can see that they came in through the party that said for parties June 1 through or 8 through 15, okay? And you're not sure which hostess she belongs to, okay? So let me pick myself. Paparazzi, the way that your thing is set up, okay, is that if I click on subscribe to sequence, and didn't have the word. So we have our party paparazzi virtual party SMS. Okay. So let me show you what this is. I've clicked on their name. I saw they came in. I clicked on their name, or you probably will see it over here in live chat that they've clicked on this. Okay. So I open myself and I would see this little, let me show you something on in my live chat right here. I have, so right here it says 10 tips to accelerate algorithms on lives. That's a webinar we have coming up. So you would see, it might say June 8th through 15th, paparazzi hostess party, or June 8th through 15th, all things Mexican food party or something, okay? So you would see the name of this and you'd say like, oh, okay, she's a party attendee, but I don't know who her hostess is. Okay, so that's how it would look. All right, so we open her up, pretend that was the name of the event. And then what you can do is just come over here, okay, on this left-hand side, I'm scrolling this thing up and down. You have tags, but then you have the name of the sequences. And paparazzi, what I did for you guys, if they come in that way, just got to find the right name of the sequence. There we go. This very first message here is actually the message that's in the growth tool. See this? It's actually right here in the very, very, very first, this very first part of this whole sequence here. Okay. So we open this person's name and we hit subscribe to sequence. And I pick my paparazzi virtual party SMS. And if I put her in here, okay, and this does have to be turned on, but then it will ask her who her hostess is, and all the rest of it is all set up. Okay, now the cool thing about this being here is if you don't choose to use that reserve a spot under event, you just don't have to turn on this top sequence. Okay, you can either choose to use this flow or not use this flow. That's totally up to you. Okay, and then I would have the second one turned on, and then after that you're going to, as you put in new releases and you have the link in there and you have it, you know, updated, you have it published, then you'll click new releases, and then the next day you have a new release and you send that one. And then you have a live, and you come down here and you send a live on Wednesday. And you're just sending these different messages. This active button is what sends. So all the people come into the sequence, one button a day, you're turning these on. Now, I would encourage you to turn these off, okay? So you'll have a bunch of people come into your bot. So then the next party starts. You see the people who have clicked on going to the event. And we have all these turned off. So we're going to turn these on and off every single week, okay? Turn one on at a time. So we would turn on new releases, we'd let it send, and then we turn it off. And then we send the next new release tomorrow, and we let it send, and then we turn it off. And it takes about 5 minutes, okay? So let those do their things. But at the very, very beginning of the party, you'll turn this one on, let them select their hostess, okay? And you want this on as people are RSVPing, because you'll only have 24 hours to send this, and they'll actually get it. So you want to send this one pretty immediate. This one you can kind of leave turned on. Okay.
So we can turn that on now.
I would wait until you know you have people in there, but yeah, I mean, and you can turn it on and test it to yourself, but you can also send yourself a preview. Okay.
How early before the party actually starts should we send that message to our hostess to send out that link?
So, like, if you want them to shop, days 1 through 5 or 1 through 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say 3 days before the first day you want them to shop.
Okay.
I mean, you do it much more before that. People forget things. So, yeah. But like I said, you can put it in there. They can invite people to event. And if they click that link, there's kind of 3 different ways to get them in here, which I would use all of them, right? Like everybody is a little bit different. Now, Joy, I don't think I have that message as the first one in your sequence. We can totally put it there if you want it. Okay. These things can all be, it's already built. We just add one more flow in there. Okay. Technically, the other way you can do it, Joy, like the way it's currently set up, let me show you one other way to do it. There's always like 6 different ways to do things. If, for example, it came in and it said, I was attending your Pampered Chef party July 1st through 7th, okay? And I found, in live chat, I found my name here. You can also, here's another way to do it, ladies. You can click on this send a flow. This opens up the whole full flow folder. And you put 1 through 5. Okay. And yours would probably say this one. And you would click it and hit send this flow. And it would send them that message that was connected to the growth tool. So here's the cool thing. If you're on growth tools and you edit this message here by putting in the tag, okay, if you change this tag, it doesn't matter if you're in live chat and you actually send the message, or if you put them in the sequence, it's the exact same flow being used in 3 different places. That tag is the same in all those places. Okay, makes sense. The only thing that I want to double check is that you don't have two of those messages in there so it doesn't get confusing. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so based on your parties 1 through 5 and 1 through 10, okay, I want you to open the widget and click on edit. What that's going to do is, this is the flow, okay? So you're going to see this party 1 through 5 hostess opt-in message. I would go to the end of this and just put like an asterisk, like that. All right. And then just remember what the name of this is. Go to flows and put in 1 through 5. Now, if you see two that say this, one with an asterisk, one without, go ahead and delete the one that says, that doesn't have the asterisk. Okay. Now, paparazzi, the way I have it set up, because you're going to put them in the sequence and we've deleted the other sequence, I'm 99% certain you're fine. Okay. Joy, that would probably be a bigger issue for you. Okay. So it's one of those things, like the more that you play with ManyChat, the more you realize there's never only one way to accomplish something. You just have to decide what works better for you and what you want to be consistent about. Okay. So we've put the name in the rules, we've tested it, we know how to tweak those things. The only other issue that you sometimes run into is that as you see people coming in and answering the questions and putting, you know, like if I scroll up here, I can see I answered the phone number and email question read, you know, so I have this, I have my phone number. Okay. If I have an audience member that didn't put in their phone number right, so let me show you something. If they're not getting the text messages, we click on their name and we look right here on this left, make sure they're opted in for SMS. This will be listed here, and then their phone number. Now, sometimes people will put their phone number in and they don't put the +1. So it's under system fields. Okay, so let me just show you. If I open my name, and I scroll down, I'm going to find a section that says system fields if they put their phone number or email in. If they didn't put either, it won't be there. And if it doesn't have a +1, we put in +1, and you have to check this box and hit apply, and then they should get the text messages. So be watching for that kind of thing, because that can be another problem if they don't have their number in there correctly. Okay. All right. Okay. So last thing. Now, there are two hostess flows. There's one that you say, there's one that it says 1 through 5, and it's the days of the party, reminding the hostess to go in and comment on the stuff that I put in, reminding her to tag a few friends, reminding her to respond to their comments, all sorts of stuff like that. Okay. And then there's day 1 through 10. That's prior to the party. Now, We overfilled that one. It's 10 whole days. You don't have to use all 10 days. Okay. Some people are like, holy cow, this is a lot. No, we put an extra in there so you can take stuff out, you can add stuff to it, you can edit it, you can reorder it if you want. Okay. So let me open that up and show you. And it's just a matter of, let's see here. Okay, so the 1 through 10, oh, this is the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so this is a matter of going in and looking at this and seeing what you want to use from this and what you don't. You may want to use a lot less of this paparazzi, whereas Pampered Chef, you may want to use more. You just open each one of these and see what it says. This is something Royanna and I worked hours and hours on. The number of characters are right. The emojis are fun. Come on, open. All sorts of stuff. Okay. Sorry, it's just like opening slow as tar. Come on. Okay. And then one of the things that, if you've heard me talk about hostess coaching, I really believe in you having them put a post like, how many days a week do you wear jewelry, or on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you like to cook. So this little sample right here has to do with those kind of things. And that can be an image, or you can just tell them, go post it with a colored background. You can do it however you'd like. Okay. Now, the way that you put your hostess in here is different than the attendee. Okay. You have to, so if I was a hostess, okay, so you do have to have the rule set up, okay, and for Joy, the one that says info in there, you want to have all that set up. And we come in here and we hit add tag. Yeah. And, I would select the party dates. I would add her tag. So that kicks in the rule and makes her custom fields click in. And then I hit subscribe and I put in hostess 1 through 10. And I put her in as, you may shorten that to 5 days. You might have it longer. Whatever you want to do, and you put her in the sequence. So you have to add the tag and you have to put her in the sequence. And then as you're testing these flows under the hostess coaching, the right content will send. Okay. And so this is, it's one of those things where you just have to play around with it. Okay. Make yourself a very big note. When you're testing, take the tag off, put the tag back on, so the rules update. Okay, that will be your biggest frustration, is I changed it, I sent it to myself, I'm still not getting the information I thought I should get. Okay, It's all just take the tag off, add the tag back on. All right. So what I want you to do is go ahead and go to audience and find yourself. And I want you to practice putting the tag on yourself and taking the tag off. And then also go into sequences and go into hostess coaching and just look what's there and what can be edited. So I'm just going to kind of give you the rest of the time, just like, okay, now I got stuck here. Where did I click there? And how do I do that? Because you just kind of need some time to play with it. I know you watch me and I'm like, oh, it's simple. But then you get in there and it's like, what did I click on? Okay. Just like get your hands, dirty.
So just to reiterate, once we open up, whether it's mine or somebody else, right now it's mine, and at the top where it says user tags, I'm to delete that.
So you take it off and you put it back on. So if you made changes in rules, you just hit the X on it and take it off. And then you just pop it right back on and it will update any of the fields that you changed. Like if
Okay.
you updated any of the hostesses names. just let me know if you're having any issues. Just like, this is a great opportunity because I'm here. Play around, click.
So when will this recording be available, available for replay?
It just, after we're done, I'll upload it to YouTube, but it's like 3 hours, so it's gonna take a while. But I mean, it could be available by tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, Paparazzi Gals, will you have new releases today? No, okay.
So when it's time to change the party live date and time, I just go to custom fields.
Why don't you go ahead and share that?
Okay.
Share your screen.
So would I just go here and then edit it?
So let me think here. Can you click on automation and rules for me real quick? Go ahead and, okay. So see that top one? You guys will have to edit this one. That party info, if you use the hostess, if you use the hostess 1 through 10 flow, you're gonna want to fill this in and turn this on and make sure the tag is the same.
Okay.
So instead of editing it in the settings area, see, here's the problem. You edit it in the settings, but there has to be an action that makes that automatically fill in that specific person's field.
Mhm.
And you want this to be changeable. So like one person is going to say June 1st through 7th, another person is going to say June 8th through 15th. If you change the settings, that would change everybody's. And you want there to be able to be some differences. And this is what tells the system to change the fields in that specific person's field. Okay.
Okay.
And just make sure you hit save and active when you edit this. You won't use the shopping link, so just leave that blank.
Okay.
Actually, the shopping link, go ahead and right now, open that up, just put in your Facebook page link if that's where you put like your new releases.
Do you want me to stop sharing now?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You're learning this really quick, Maya. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Bet. All right, you guys playing with that, around with that? I just would really suggest that, you get a hostess soon, 2 or 3, and then you come to the question queen session as soon as possible. Just don't let a lot of time pass. It's just hard on the brain to remember all of it. Be nice to yourself.
So if we have a hostess set already, should we switch them to this or should we just wait and to get another hostess?
Are you in the middle of the party or is it coming up?
It's coming up
How soon?
on Saturday.
Yeah, you have plenty of time.
Okay.
I think you could set this up and use it.
Okay.
There's a question queen session. Shoot. Tomorrow, I don't have mine tomorrow, Thursday night, and I don't know if it's full or not.
I think I'm in one. I don't know. Let me go look and see
Okay.
when mine is. I'm actually really confused. I think I have a lot of them, but I don't know how many sessions I have or
Okay.
like it's a book.
If you bought the full question queen session, that one has 4, or excuse me, the full
Mini chat.
training. So that one has 4, and then this one had 1.
Okay. And then I'm like, I have the magic messaging one and the spring engagement camp. I mean the summer engagement camp.
So those are totally different.
Okay.
So the spring engagement camp doesn't come with question queen sessions.
Okay.
That's the 5-hour blocks. So there's one tomorrow morning, and then we had one on Friday. Those happen twice a month, and those are 5 hours, and there's more people on that. The magic messaging, those are on Mondays with Royanna, either in the morning or in the evening. And those are just called normal, those are called content question queen sessions. When it has to do with mini chat or ads, it's called mini chat question queen sessions. So I'm sorry, we don't mean to be confusing, but I know we probably are a little bit.
Okay. I think. So I have the content creation one, so I need to book a mini chat one.
Okay. And there's one on Thursday nights or Tuesday morning is with me. I mean, I know just a little bit more than Christina, obviously, but she's great too.
Okay. So to book that one, I'll just go through our messages.
You should have that link in several places.
Okay.
Michelle, I have to run, but I know I'm cutting it short, but I've got a live marathon starting here in 45 minutes. So
Okay.
I'll do the work.
Did you
Thank
feel like
you.
figuring things out? You're welcome.
Yeah, I do. The last thing I did worked, so I'm getting pretty familiar with it. But
Awesome.
I'll schedule the question queens. Thanks.
Well done. Bye, Becky. Good luck with your marathon. Did you enjoy?
With Pampered Chef, we have a host dashboard, a special link that we can send to our hosts where they can track their orders, where they can place their host order, and all that good stuff.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's really exciting. How do I create, I guess what I need to create another custom field and add that into the master hostess party info rules so that can go to her during the host coaching?
We could go ahead and share screen and let's go to rules. It might be easier just to edit one of the fields. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you. Go ahead and go to the one that says info, the top one there. So we can have up to 10 on the right-hand side, no, actions. So go ahead and click plus action. And then you're gonna choose, let's see, subscribe, scroll down a little bit for me. We're set custom field. And we're gonna have to make a new one, which is totally fine. Hit set custom field.
Okay.
And then you're gonna click on, yep, click on that. Now start typing in whatever that you wanna call it. Now I would put the word party in first because those other ones all say party and that way they're kind of lined up. And then put a space and dash, there we go. And then perfect, you're doing good. Now, hang on just 1 second. So above that, you see plus bot field or you see plus user field. You want to click on plus user field, not the bot one. So just one down a little bit where the plus is.
There.
Perfect. Click on that. And go ahead and just hit create. Already used. What the heck does that mean?
That was weird.
Can you click that one more time for me? Sometimes it just.
Caption already used. Did I already play around with this? Maybe I did.
Well, that's no problem. Hit the X on that. We'll see if you did. So just start typing in hostess. You may have added one where it says enter field name. Actually,
There it is.
no, not. Oh, there you go.
Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I did create it. I just wasn't sure what to do with it once I
Yeah,
created.
you're fine. So click on that.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me think here for a second, though. Okay, the problem is, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, let me explain to you why. These things in here, okay, how are we gonna do this? Like, there's a way, I just have to figure it out. Okay, things are all in here for anyone. How to say, this is only information to be used for all the hostesses. Because this hostess will have a specific link, that's not going to work to put it in here.
Okay. I thought it would be like similar to the shopping link because that's unique to a hostess.
Well, okay, let me show you what we have to do. So click off of this and just close it. We're not going to be able to put it in here.
So delete.
Actually, what you can do, because it only is for one person, go ahead and hit confirm and save. Okay, I think the fastest way to do it, okay, go to audience and go to your name. Just pretend you're Susie Hostess, okay? Okay. So you're going to scroll down to the bottom here where, yep, the custom fields. Now, it
Okay.
usually only shows you the fields that are actually filled in. Scroll down to the very bottom where it says show all. There we go. Okay, now scroll down until you find all the ones that say party. There we go. And then you see her, there we go. Click on that. And then go ahead and enter that link to her dashboard. You can make something up, or you can grab a real one, whichever.
I'll grab one. Yeah.
Perfect. Paste that in there and hit apply. Okay, now go to your hostess coaching. And I assume this is going to be more days during the party, 1 through 5, versus before the party. Or is there any much to look at before the party?
There is some because she can add her guests in there and have email invitations sent out. She can track during the party and at the end, build her wish list and all that good stuff in there.
Okay. Well, just for kicks and giggles, okay, go ahead and go to automation into sequences and just go to the hostess 1 through 5. I'm just going to show you an example.
Okay. This master host?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Just click on day 2, or the bottom one, post day
Here?
number 2. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to hit edit flow. And yeah, go ahead and click on it so we can edit it. Okay. So down at the bottom underneath the word I do, right? Just the last sentence. Yeah, just like double click so you have a space in there. Now, there's 2 things we could do here. Why don't you just type the words, click below to see your hostess rewards available, or something like that, because that's what they can see, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And then click add button. There you go. And put, whatever you want to call it, hostess. What was it called?
And then open website.
Open website. Now, this is what we're going to do different. Okay.
Okay.
So put your cursor in where it says website address. And then see the little black
check
box?
it out. Okay.
Yep, you click on that, and then you start typing in that hostess. Keep going because it started with the word party. There we go, dashboard. Okay.
Okay.
Now hit done. So whatever her dashboard is, hers will be in there. Every hostess's would be different.
Okay.
Isn't
So-
that so cool?
Set that up as a individually when they say they host that go into the audience and put it there.
Yeah, so you have to manually go and put into each hostess, but then it autofills anywhere you put it in the messages.
Love it.
Now, let's just say you wanted to put the link actually in the text. Put your cursor after the word available and just hit a space. And then click the, yep.
The brackets
And
and
the dashboard was your most, nope,
oh,
up in there. There you go. Put in dashboard, click on it. And that would autofill in the link there too. Isn't that so cool when you start like,
it's lovely.
yeah, okay. So instead of changing any of the rules, just simply go to that hostess's name and fill in her link in there. And then if she hosts another party, you just take that one out and put in the fresh one.
Okay.
Not bad, right?
I love it.
This is the fun part of mini chat that like is hard to like get everybody to this point.
Okay, so since I'm trying to fix it for the party that I'm doing, I have to like change the days around. So I did like a testing folder. Here, I'll share it with you.
Okay, cool.
So I did a testing folder because when you first put this in, when she put it in my mini chat, I made my own one for another party, but I like tweaked it. I didn't do anything like yours. I couldn't figure it out. So what I
Okay.
did is I made a folder for one of the parties that I'm having, the one on Saturday, and I copied it in so that I can tweak it. So I'm like copying into this folder. So I made a copy of the hostess coaching one, and then I put it in here so I can tweak it. So I'll go, not that one, I'll go through and then I can start tweaking it so that it'll fit because I don't have 8 days. So does that make sense, kind of like what I'm doing?
So, okay, let me show you something. Go to the sequence that we're using.
Okay.
And I'll show you a couple things that you can do.
Okay.
So, are you kind of saying you want to use some of what we did and some of what you did?
Yes, basically.
Okay. So there's a couple different things you can do. Okay. Now I usually end up with like 16, not 16, maybe 3 to 4 mini chat tabs open. One to my flows, one to my sequences, one to my growth tool, one to audience. So I just like, I don't have to like close things down and I can test things easier. So scroll down, open the master 1 through 10. There you go. Okay. Now, if for example, just scroll all the way to the bottom and click on plus message. Let's say and hit select existing. Let's say you have built a message that you love and it looks awesome and you like exactly the wording in it. So where it says search by flow name, or you can open up, because I saw you building a folder. Listing, I think is what you had it under. And then Tommy's, you got one more folder under that.
Yeah, I could do this one.
So yeah, and then hit select this flow. If you want to put any of the messages in that you love that you've built, you can just click plus message, put it in, and then put your cursor to the right of the gray toggle. No, don't toggle it. Close it. Put your cursor to, or sorry, I said to the right, to the left, the 6 little dots.
Yes.
Now that will drag it up and down. You can put it in any order you want.
Okay.
Okay. So if there's something you love that you've already built, you can put it in here and move it around wherever you want. Okay. Otherwise you just open them and you can either copy and paste text from the other ones you made and pop it in these ones we made. That would be your other option, is copy and paste stuff in.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking? Am I answering your question?
Kind of, but you like taught me something else. So I just want, do you know, is there a way that you can copy the folders or no? Hold on, let me try to go back. Oh yeah, sequences. So no, not sequences. I think it's in flows. Yeah. So at the top, there's like these. Yeah, all the is there a way that you can copy the folders or no?
No, see, that's the thing. We made it so you can't copy the folders because unfortunately we had people share it with other people.
Okay.
So we deliberately made it so you can't copy it.
Okay, that's okay. I figured out how to like duplicate it and put it in its own thing so I can edit it. Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can edit the wording. You can definitely edit them. But anything that has a lock on it isn't duplicatable.
Okay, so that's what the lock means. Okay, cool.
That's what the lock means. We do put a couple in that aren't locked, like specific messages we know you're going to need to copy and use over and over again. But anything we know that you don't need to make a copy of, like if it's not new releases or live notices, then it's locked. And unfortunately, it's just because it's not so much that we don't want you to copy it. It's just that some people, literally, we've had people literally say, I'm going to share this with my team members. Like, there is a way to take this and send it to somebody else's bot. And when we put the locks on it, it makes it so they can't. So it's just unfortunate. People have to be dishonest, and we have to do that.
Yeah, I was like kind of like, because I know you guys have the recruiting one. I mean, not the recruiting one, the one that you like automate coaching and stuff. So I was like, I wonder like how people like find like the balance of like not sharing your intellectual property. And then, yeah, so I was curious about that.
Yeah, we know some of it gets shared. And it's just, most of the time it's like if you actually took the time to figure out what was shared to you and made money from it. I don't know. I just know what goes around comes around. It all works out in the end. So I don't put too much.
Like
It takes a lot to figure out how to share the bot with somebody else, but if you wanted to bad enough, you definitely could. But not with the locks on.
Okay.
And plus now it shows me like if the bot was shared, like it shows me the list of where the bot is at and or the template's at and whose bot it ended up in. So there's a couple things, but I still probably wouldn't go contact a lawyer or anything. That's just not my mojo. Like whatever. Anyway, kind of funny. But yeah, you can either put your own messages in, copy and paste. There's like 16 different ways you can do it.
Okay, and I have one more question. So when you so since we have all this set up, should we still post in the event page, like on the event?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can and you can share your lives in there. You could share the new releases in there. I would be asking your engagement questions, like how many days a week do you wear earrings? Are you team silver, team gold? Like I'd keep the engagement up with fun questions in there. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just to, and maybe even have some fun. I guess you're limited on the contest you can do. It's kind of about sharing, and just every time you do a contest, just make sure it says no purchase necessary.
Okay.
So you don't have an issue there. But yeah, yep, you can do stuff like that. But just put all 5 hostesses in the same event. Don't make a different event, because that way there's more engagement and it makes people like more excited about it, because say there was 10 people per hostess, so the 10 people commenting is 50 people commenting, and then they're more excited. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so how do you set that up so it's like, do you just make it a blanket like paparazzi jewelry party is like the name of the event, or yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then
If
like in
you
the description I'll
wanted,
put their names.
you could try like the banner. If you had 5 hostesses, maybe put all 5 hostesses pictures in the banner.
Okay.
That could be kind of cute. When you do the welcome message, you could put, or the description, you can tag them in that. You can make them co-hostesses, so then their names are in that way. Like there's other places to put them in other than the title.
Okay.
The title
that
is limited to so many characters, so that, you know what I mean? And you might as well tag them in the event, make them co-hostesses, or some other things you could do.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
So yeah, lots and lots of different things you can do. You guys ready for you doing anything fun today? Are you cooking something yummy, Joy? You gonna come to my house and cook for me for Memorial Day?
I would, totally. My kids don't appreciate my cooking as much.
They're young, I
So
know. It's
whatever it is, it'll have a side of mac and cheese with it for sure.
awesome. That's hysterical. Which state do you live in, honey?
I'm in Florida.
Ah, is it nice today?
Actually, it's cloudy and overcast.
Oh,
Is it still
Yesterday
warm?
was nice.
not here. It's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Beautiful. I have a little overcast right now,
I
but
don't know, a little bit, but I'm going to the beach for a few minutes.
nice.
Where are you at, Roberta?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, I'm in Gainesville.
Oh, okay, right up the road. I go there for the VA.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. I know, we're so excited. We have a pool and it's supposed to be like 90 degrees by the end of the week.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I'll get all of this. My thing is, I'm such a sponge. I want everything at once when I have to segment, because I forget I work full time. And I need to segment, and I need to have a schedule, and I have a brand new calendar, even with my Question Queen. I put that in my Google Calendar, and then I forget which one is that one for now. And just because I've purchased so many different ones, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I forgot how you make your chat window wide, because when I go back and try to scroll back through, that's my only frustration, is trying to scroll back through to get to the one that I really need. I wish there was some kind of dashboard where you can have a button, and whichever one you clicked on, that's the one you would go to versus scrolling up and down.
I do need to add a thing. I have made a thing where like it says, what classes have I bought? And then you click on them, and like if you haven't bought it, it goes to where you purchased it. If you have bought it, it opens the class itself. So then like if you were going back to all 30 videos for recruiting or something. So I just need to like have a good way to put that on there. But just so you know, Mondays, Question Queens on Mondays are always with Royanna, and that's anything content and messaging. Tuesdays and Thursdays are me or Christina with mini chatter ads. So that's an easy way to remember on the Question Queen sessions. Mondays are always content and messaging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just forget which one program I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So.
And we do have camp on Friday. So mini chat camp on Friday. So if you have or have not taken that, a live one, that will be good to kind of bring everything together.
On Fridays, the mini chats.
It's the camp. We only do it once a month. It's the big 7-hour camp.
I don't think I've done that.
So, but I think this is the first part of mini chat you've bought, right? You bought the whole thing. So you're invited to Friday.
This coming Friday.
Yep.
So I have to like speed. I need to engulf myself in videos today.
Well, just note, so, I mean, you can, but the whole point of Friday night is we go through the settings, we go through the growth tools, we go through, like, some of it will be a little bit of repeat of today, and it will set up everything that maybe you didn't get a chance to set up for today. So it's all good. If you don't watch videos, it'll be okay to come Friday night. Like Friday night, we expect people to come who have never touched it. Like it is for the beginner and a big overview.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's on my calendar.
Joy's been to that one. It's a long night, but it's good, right? It gives you an overview.
What time is that one at?
And what time does that one start?
That one's 3 to 10 Eastern.
Okay.
All righty.
Oh, that's the first.
No, this Friday, the 29th.
Oh, maybe I'm in the wrong week. Maybe I'm in. This is May. Okay, gotcha.
All righty.
Okay, I got it.
Got it yet.